What's up, everybody? We are Lisa and Greg.
Hi, everybody. Today's video is the surprising factor that determines English fluency.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
And this is brought to you by Till Moosehoff. Hopefully I said that correct. Moosehoff.
Oh, maybe.
No, there's no in there. Moosehoff.
Moosehoff. Okay.
All right. Anyway, so this is a recommendation.
Oh, yeah, Marcel.
Brought to you by Marcel.
Yes.
Who's a friend of the channel.
Yeah.
And
go if you want to talk to him. He's on Discord.
That's right.
Time,
and he will talk to you for sure.
Yeah, he'll talk to you.
Yeah, no problem.
Especially about history and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All right, this is going to be good. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
There's a clear line running through Europe. North of it, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden. South of it, Spain, Italy, and France. The divide is stark and consistent. And this isn't a one-year fluke. This north-south...
Wait, what I find interesting is the green down here.
Oh, yeah.
Portugal.
Oh, interesting. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Greece and... Albania, and I don't know what's down there necessarily.
Okay, let's see.
The divide is stark and consistent, and this isn't a one-year fluke. This north-south English divide has been the same story for years. But why? Is it genetics, intelligence, natural talent? None of these. My first thought was language similarity. German, Dutch, Norwegian, and Swedish are all Germanic languages like English. That does give them a clear advantage and is definitely part of the puzzle. But then there's Finland. Finland ranks 14th out of 86, which is still excellent. Not only is Finnish not a Germanic language, it's not even Indo-European. It's completely unrelated to English. Today we're going to uncover the other, more hidden reasons behind Europe's divide. And some of them will surely surprise you.
Okay. Well, that surprised me already that
Outliers
so
like Croatia and Greece tell us that the real...
Wait, what did this say? Oh, okay. European divide and language learning.
Outliers like Croatia and Greece tell us that the real story isn't about where you are on the map. It's about the systems, incentives, and cultural factors that either accelerate or hinder English learning. Interestingly enough, South America shows the North-South divide in the opposite direction. Let's start with something that explains both the success of the Nordics as well as the outliers in the south of Europe. Size matters. We all know that. When your entire country has fewer people than London, you need English to talk to the world. Nordic countries are small but wealthy. Their businesses are international by necessity. Their media markets are tiny. Their academic communities need global collaboration. And look at our outliers, Croatia, Greece, Portugal. What do they have in common? They are
Those are the ones you were talking about.
Yeah, okay. Montenegro.
all relatively small countries with strong tourism industries and significant immigration. Small countries can't afford to be linguistically isolated. English isn't a nice to have, it's economic necessity. When speaking English determines whether you can get a job, travel for work, or access international opportunities, motivation takes care of itself. The second reason are the Nordic universities, which have created a massive advantage. In Nordic countries, higher education is free, or at least very cheap, or rather paid by taxes. So more people go to university. But not only that, the education increasingly happens in English. Nordic universities have dramatically expanded English medium instruction over the past decade, especially in master's programs. So you're reading academic papers, writing thesis chapters, participating in seminars, all in English. This creates a population comfortable with complex and sophisticated use of English. Compare this to...
I've heard that this the Nordic countries, specifically in Sweden and Norway, I think it was a Swedish person who was saying that it is weird if you don't speak English.
Oh, really?
Like you're the oddball.
Right.
The weirdo or whatever. Not weirdo, but you're the oddball.
You're the odd one out.
Yeah, you're the odd one out if you don't speak English.
I wonder if it's the same way in Germany.
Maybe in the bigger cities. Because I heard in Germany that in the smaller ones, they don't speak English.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Countries like France or Italy, where university education is still predominantly in the local language. French students might take an English class, but they are not living and breathing in English for years during their most intensive learning period. Also, in Nordic countries, not being able to speak English is genuinely embarrassing for most.
Yeah.
It's a basic expectation, like knowing how to drive or use a computer. English proficiency signals education, sophistication, and international awareness. In Germany, there's also this meme that we always apologize for our bad English while being able to speak very fluently, but of course this is not the case for everyone here.
Could someone please explain to me why there's some Germans that say that they can't speak English when in reality their English is better than mine?
Oh, hey, you're right, mate. Wie bitte? Oh, sorry, mate. Do you speak English? Yes, a little bit. Oh, okay. Do you know where the train station is? Well, of course, if you take a glance down this exquisite street adjacent, all that is required from you is that you proceed 15 degrees to the northwest, take a swift left turn, rotate precisely 38 degrees to the right, and thou shalt stumble across a magnificent structure called Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof.
It's this fear of making mistakes, which I assume is common in some of these Nordic countries too. That's the level of expectation we are talking about here. So if everyone around you speaks English well, you are motivated to keep up. But here's the factor that maybe matters more of them all. TV. Or rather, how you watch TV. There's actually research on this. A study called TV or Not TV, the impact of subtitling on English skills, found a large positive effect for subtitled original version broadcasts as opposed to dubbed television on English proficiency scores. The citizens of countries where television is broadcast in the original version would have better English vocabulary, grammar, and in particular listening comprehension than those of countries where programs are dubbed. Surprisingly, only 12% of Europeans think that television is useful for learning foreign languages. It's not just useful, it's the most useful thing you can do next to listening and reading to other content. English skills are better in countries where television films and programs are subtitled. The magnitude of our effect is large, equivalent to 16.9%, 1.5 standard deviations of the average level of English skills. So every time you turn on your TV, or for some it's YouTube, you get listening comprehension, you get input in the language you want to acquire. You are learning through this input and do that without even trying. This is at the core of how I approach language learning and my channel in general, where we always talk about how to find the right kind of input for your level and interest, and why learning through reading, watching and listening is so much better than textbooks. I believe in this and have experienced this myself with my English and Spanish skills to a degree that I decided to build my own language learning app, Langia. Langia focuses on creating content at your level that matches your interests, because when content is compelling, learning happens naturally. Subtitled TV shows also give us a potential reason why Portugal outperforms Spain. Well, one of them typically uses subtitles, the other typically dubs their content. Spain and Portugal share many geographical and cultural traits, but the number of Spanish speakers is double that of Portuguese speakers. Again, maybe in part because of this, Portugal uses subtitling while in Spain television is dubbed, and as a result, Portugal's results are much better than Spain's. Another factor is money. People say money talks.
I believe that because we were in a taxi one time and they were doing on the radio, it was a game show, and the girl had called in and the guy was asking them which one was, and they were talking about the Avengers. Yeah. And which one was the voice of, I don't know, Tony Stark. I can't remember which one it was, but which one was the voice of Tony Stark? And I was thinking to myself, oh, I knew the answer. You know, I know what Tony Stark sounds like.
Right.
And it was this guy who was a totally different actor, and he was speaking in Spanish, and she knew it. Oh. But it was not Tony Stark. You know, he doesn't speak. Robert Downey Jr. doesn't speak. The dubbed guy? It was a dubbed guy. Oh. So Robert Downey Jr. doesn't speak Spanish. Right. So she recognized the dubbed person as Tony Stark. Right. And so that's when I knew, oh, they watch it all in dub. Right. Yeah. So that's why.
That makes sense.
And we were under the perception that because we were in one of the big tourist towns, Malaga, that a lot of people here spoke English. And they don't.
No.
Not even in the center. Some of them.
Yeah. Well, I would say if you're going to find, like if you had to go to a place where there's a lot of English speakers, it'd be in the city center.
Yeah. We tried that though with the bank and it didn't work. Yeah, we tried to go into the city center bank and there wasn't anybody that
there wasn't
could help
one
us.
person.
Not
that
one
could help
person.
Us. We're not complaining. Yeah. Because we understand.
It's our responsibility to learn the language. We know that.
Yeah.
But I think it just caught us by surprise.
Yeah.
that not very many people did here in Spain. And now I agree with him.
Yeah.
Spain is not English is not widely spoken here in Spain.
No.
Well, it speaks English. Northern Europeans travel more, creating real-world motivation and practice opportunities. When you can afford to backpack through the world or study abroad, English becomes immediately useful and not just theoretically. Well,
Right.
I know too that going to certain places here in Spain, we've seen a lot of people on vacation, especially this month in August. We've seen a lot of people who we've heard them speaking, and it sounds like they're speaking Swedish or Norwegian or something like that.
Something other than English.
Something
but not
other than
Spanish.
English and not Spanish
Yeah.
and not German. We know what that sounds like.
Yeah.
So something other.
That's true.
And they are speaking English
Yeah.
to the people over the counter. And
Yeah, that's true.
that's the common language that they, and you know, in particular, like Starbucks, those people know how to speak English.
Right.
But yeah, so they speak English.
of course, also means access to quality English education, international schools, and private tutoring. It's not just that Northern Europeans start learning English early, it's that they encounter it everywhere. A Norwegian teenager doesn't just study English in school, they live partially in English online. I mean, we all kinda do, but for some countries, this relation is stronger than for others. Video games, music, social media, YouTube, Twitch streams, all predominantly in English because there's just not that much translation happening. So they learn slang and casual expressions and real-world communication inductively without ever really focusing on it. This immersion starts young and never stops. By the time they are adults, they have had thousands of hours of formal and informal English practice that their Southern European counterparts simply haven't experienced to the same degree. The results, English doesn't feel foreign anymore. It's part of your social and digital life. And finally, let's talk about something that may sound a little ridiculous, but I do believe it makes sense, and that's the weather. When it's dark and cold for half the year, you spend more time indoors, which potentially means consuming more media, more Netflix, more YouTube, more online
true.
content, all of which tends to be in English. At the same time, Southern Europeans are outside, enjoying their beautiful weather and socializing their
Oh, yeah,
native
absolutely.
language.
Yeah.
Is this the most important factor? Maybe, probably
A
not.
factor.
But when you combine it with everything else, the subtitles, the social expectations, the economic necessity, even the weather contributes to creating an environment where English learning happens naturally.
That's
the good
true.
news, many of these advantages can be recreated by you at home without living in some of these Nordic countries. Maybe not changing the
Maybe that's why I'm having such a hard time learning Spanish.
We just,
I'm outside too much. The weather's too nice. Maybe
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, we just. I mean, that's kind of true. Like in the morning when we're supposed to be studying, it's like, oh, let's just go to the cafe
Yeah. Yeah.
and hang out there
That's
and
true.
talk English.
That's true. Weather's so nice.
weather or suddenly being wealthy, but you can switch to subtitles instead of dubbing. You can create social expectations by joining English-speaking communities online. You can consume English media for topics you actually care about. You can treat English as necessary for your goals, not optional. You can build your own immersive environment through gaming, social media, and streaming. And so this mindset shift is crucial. You don't need to move to Norway to create this environment. You just need to understand what makes it work and build your own version of it. So yes,
That's true.
geography might influence English proficiency, but you can change your linguistic geography without moving countries. Now I hope this video made you feel motivated to continue whatever language you are currently learning. But maybe you are at this frustrating point where you are wondering if you should quit. In that case, what
Don't quit.
Don't quit. Don't do
I mean,
that.
it feels like we've been learning Spanish forever.
Yeah, it really has. It's like, am I ever going to be able to say something? It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's like someone said, we won't starve.
Yeah.
You know, we know enough not to starve.
That's true. That's
I
true.
think Claudia said that. And so I'm stealing it from her.
All right, cool. Well, let's take a look and see what the people got to say
Okay.
here. I'm British, living in Portugal. The local English fluency is ironically a barrier to me learning Portuguese.
Oh,
Every time I try speaking my few words of Portuguese, most people almost immediately switch to English as it is easier for both of us.
so they do
Yeah.
know more English in Portugal.
Yeah, yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And that is a true statement. You try and, like, here we try and speak Spanish, but they're like,
If
mess
they
up,
know it.
if it sounds funny, then they're going to start talking to us in English if they know it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. All right, one more. In Ireland, The reason for our level of fluency in English is because they threatened to kill us for generations if we didn't speak. It worked, unfortunately.
He's just saying because Ireland obviously speaks English, but that wasn't their native tongue, I suppose, their native language.
That was an interesting comment to end.
Yeah, that was a negative one. Oh no.
Oh no. All right. Well, that was a good video. Super interesting. Thank you, Marcel, as always. And of course, like the video. That really helps the channel. And as always, thanks.
Oh, and we just FYI, we do have a German channel. If you are interested in that, it's Greg and Lisa React Germany, all things Germany.
And, I mean, since you're doing shout outs, we have a Discord too.
And we have a Discord.
Anything else? What are we having for lunch?
Burritos.
Oh, I can't wait for that. As always, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you on the next video.
Bye.
Peace.